Hi, thank you for tuning in for another moment with Meg. I am happy that you are here today. This channel is all about spreading awareness on hidden abuse, also known as covert narcissistic abuse, and a guide in healing emotional wounds, which provides tips, tools, and resources. This is a continuation of forms of hidden abuse, which can be very hard to identify in a romantic relationship setting. Please find links below where I elaborated and talked about hidden abuse and also the first form of hidden abuse, which is financial abuse. Today, I'll be talking about the second form of hidden abuse, which is emotional and psychological abuse. Emotional and psychological to control or manipulate situations without caring about the emotional and psychological well-being of the other person. This happens by using actions that trigger uncomfortable and painful emotions, which includes but not limited to manipulation, coercion, belittling, derogatory comments, intimidation, silent treatment, gaslighting, projection, turning tables, and throwing tantrums. When these get used in a consistent manner in a relationship, the person on the receiving end identifies the areas that arouses the chaos and starts the fights and looks for ways of avoiding them. How does this happen? Isolation is a common thing in hidden abuse relationships, and an abusive person will look for ways to remove you and distance you from your support. The main goal of isolation is to remove anyone who has the potential of identifying and calling out the abuse and bad behavior can support you. Without support, the abusive person gains full control and power over you. That is the main goal. Isolation can happen in many ways, ranging from moving you away from friends and family to throwing tantrums, which happens in a very sneaky way. It is made to look like it is in the best interest of either you or the relationship. For instance, every time you spend time with friends and family or talk to them over the phone, or maybe engage in a workplace activity, your partner causes chaos, starts meaningless fights, and throws tantrums. Note, the fight may never mention or be about you communicating or engaging with family and friends or even engaging in the workplace activities. However, over time, you identify that the fight erupts every time you engage with your friends and family or you engage in workplace activities. So what do? You stop talking to them or you distance yourself from them. You stop spending time with them. You stop engaging in activities at workplace for the sake of peace. What a person in this situation doesn't realize though is that all this is an isolation plan. The tantrums and the fights are meant to cut you off from the friends and family and your co-workers who are potential support. The person on the receiving end eventually ends up in an island, emotionally all alone. At this point, the person on the receiving end gives in to the abuse, the bad habits and behaviors, thinking this is the only way of maintaining peace in the relationship. However, deep down in this person, there is fear. There is the endless fear of making the partner angry, fear of losing the partner or the relationship, fear of being physically hurt, fear of standing up for yourself, fear of being a single parent, fear of so many things. In case you have ever experienced this, what was your fear? Did you ever identify that you had a fear? Please share it on the comment section. The problem of staying in an emotionally and psychological abusive environment is that it comes with long-lasting negative effects. These effects may take time to see or feel or identify this effect. And some people don't even realize they are suffering the effects of emotional and psychological abuse. The process of fixing the effects that are caused by emotional and psychological abuse affects your quality of life. They are very expensive and takes a long time. The book Body Keeps the Score by Basil van de Kolk, I hope I said it correct, and When the Body Says No by Gabor Mate are a great resource in explaining how these effects happen and all the science behind it. I highly recommend reading those two books. In a hidden abuse situation, it all starts with confusion. You start having a lot of fear, self-doubt, second guessing your every thought and decision, low self-esteem. This progresses to anxiety, panic attack, extreme hopelessness, suicidal thoughts, autoimmune illnesses, and the list is long, goes on and on and on. Emotional abuse can be very hard to identify because every time you look or sound like you are identifying it, manipulation kicks in, which gives you either false hope or causes self doubt. You start wondering if you're truly seeing what you're saying. Here are a few pointers of emotional and psychological abuse. 1. You struggle to place a finger on the exact issue. You find it very hard to make someone understand what you're experiencing. You don't have the right words or the right language to tell what exactly is happening in your relationship. 2. Moving goalposts. Every time you solve an issue, the same issue keeps coming back over and over, but it gets twisted. And when you bring up the issue of repeated offense, the tables get turned to make it look like you are the cause of the revolving issue and you need to change for the issue to stop revolving. Every time you meet the expectation, the terms changes, which requires you to work harder to end these revolving issues. 3. You feel confused when solving conflicts due to unlogical reasoning and high level of double standards from your partner. If you do the same things that your partner does, it brings chaos and fight. But when they do this thing, it is justified. 4. You always have to over explain yourself and clarify every sentence because your partner seems to never understand your communication or to see your point of view. You feel like you're always going in circles. 5. Looking for clarity and answers online. Since those around you seem not to understand your situation, or they tend to think you're making up stories or you're crazy because whatever issues you're presenting don't match your partner's actions. These are just a few pointers. Feel free to share any or more pointers in the comment section. Let me know if this information is helpful by hitting that like button. If you find the information helpful, join me in spreading the awareness and breaking the abuse cycle by sharing this recording. Whatever you do, always remember that you are a valued member of this family. But if you're not a member of this family yet, welcome to the Yanli family. Please join the family by clicking the subscribe button. This will also allow me to notify you every time I post a new video. I truly appreciate you for stopping by and for spending your time and staying till the end. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next episode.